Welcome to Cinematic Sensei, the channel dedicated to teaching you the art of cinematic filmmaking. I am your host, Benjamin Curley. Today I want to talk to you about sound design, specifically cinematic sound design, bringing in the sonic world to your visual world. As independent filmmakers, as online video filmmakers, we tend to focus on the visual aspect first and foremost, which is good, but sometimes we do that to the detriment of the audio. A visual can be destroyed if the audio attached to it is crappy. That's why you'll often see cinematography reels that have no audio aside from music attached to them. And that, I'd say that's not always because, but a lot of times the cinematographer is not well versed in audio. Fortunately, unfortunately, that's something that we as solo filmmakers have to learn. We have to add that to our tool set or we're just not doing the best that we can. Good sound design brings another element, brings another layer of quality to your visual. It adds texture to the world that you've created visually. What makes up cinematic sound design? Well, I believe it's three specific layers. We have spoken word dialogue, and then we have sound effects, Foley, many times, and then we have the underlying current that brings it all together, and that is music. Most people remember to throw in a decent, usually half-decent piece of music to their visuals, and that helps a lot. So, because music is so important, we're gonna highlight that as an important piece, but we're also gonna kind of set that aside as its own thing that has to be dealt with. For now, we're just gonna deal with dialogue and sound effects. But first, before we dive in, and I know you've already heard this before if you've spent any time on YouTube, like and subscribe. So, without further ado, we're going to jump into a scene and we are going to break down each of the elements required for the scene for creating the sound design for that scene. Are you ready? Let's go.
Oh, bless you. Go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna step outside so you can hear me better. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, give me the dirt.
Okay, I just wanted to tell you, guess who's at the party?
Who?
It's Jake.
Jake? The nut from the library?
Yes, that Jake. Can you believe it?
He's got some nerve showing up after what happened.
Ow. I gotta go. Okay, I'm sorry. The folks are eating me alive out here. I gotta go back inside. Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Okay, so what we've got here is actually a pretty simple scene, and I've got it opened up in Premiere Pro CC right now. And it's really, I've got two different camera angles, although I actually recorded it in basically one take. I just recorded once from a distance here, and then I had her walk back inside and I recorded a close-up angle. So it's not the most precise, but it works for this demonstration. So what I've got here, if you want to just hear the camera's audio, I'm going to mute everything else here. This is just what the camera picked up.
Yes, that Jake. Can you believe it? Yes. I gotta go. Okay, I'm sorry. If I'm eating me alive out here, I gotta go back inside. Okay. Alright, bye.
Okay, so, you know, pretty terrible audio actually. So what I've got her wearing a Rodelink wireless Filmmaker kit lav mic, and that is wired up underneath her shirt, and you can actually just see the wireless pack sitting back there. And actually, if I scroll this further out here, you can see, where is it here? Yeah, you can see the pack that's sitting on her back pocket there. really, I didn't do much miking. I'm really impressed with this mic, actually. It does a really good job of picking up vocals and some ambience, as you can hear. If you want to just listen to it, I've got the most of the cricket sound that you hear is coming through the lapel mic.
All right, blah, 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 super loud here. All right, I'm gonna step outside so you can hear me better. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's pretty intense, isn't it? So adding to that, though, I did add a second, just kind of an ambient track of crickets here. Just to kind of sort of fill out the background a little bit, smooth out any jumps that I might have in the transitions. Then I've got the music track here, and that is the dance track. That is kind of it's there, you know, just like the crickets. It's there to add to the setting. So it starts out really strong, kind of introducing that, okay, we're at a party. And then I have it slowly fade out here, but remain just kind of in the background, very so that you can subconsciously hear it and just kind of know we're still there. We're still at a house that's got a party going on. It just it's very subtle, but it, I think, adds a huge element to it. So you can just hear it real quickly. Hear just this little transition part. And you can hear it just still in the background there. Okay, and then here, this is actually the sound of a wasp that I ramped up the pitch on in order to give it a more mosquito-like sound. Let's give it a listen. Okay, and I actually had that cut off before she reached up to slap. So it sounds like it landed on her, and then she, and then it bit her, and then she reached to slap. And then here, really simple, just adding to the environment, just little textures, little things to heighten what's going on. This is just a beep for her hanging up the call. So here it is. Really straightforward. Nothing complex about that at all. And then, frankly, I don't think this scene really needs it, but I added it anyway just because it's a tutorial on sound design. So here is the person on the other end of the phone call.
Yeah, give me the dirt.
And here's another piece of it.
Jake, the net from the library?
And that is how I did that. I cut out all of the bass and amplified the highs and the mids a little bit to get that just kind of tinny cell phone sound about it. It's still clear, but it sounds distant. I think it works pretty well. So all the tracks here, how many tracks do I got? 6 tracks. Really not much. I've found that when it comes to sound design, it's not realism that you're looking for. What you are looking to do is amplify what's going on in the right way, amplify the right things. The same way that the camera might focus on a specific item, we're doing that with the sound. So to summarize, kind of what I did here is I added the elements that I think enhance the story the most and left out things that I think might distract. And it's really, really simple. There's not much to it. It's really an art more than it is a science. You have to, similar to editing, it's really about the emotions and the feel of the cut, deciding when and where and what things you want to place. And practice is really the key to this. Finding good sound effects that you can tweak, and not putting the sound effects so much to the forefront that they distract. That's the other end of this that you have to be careful of. It can draw attention to itself in the wrong way, and you don't want to do that either. Really, it is just practice on this, and it really does pay off for the world building that you're doing. It really does pay off for the final edit. Like I said before, good audio is the key to bringing your content to the next level. if the audio is crappy, then people might not be able to sit through it and watch it no matter how good your visuals are. It's better to have no audio than bad audio, in my opinion. Okay, and to just watch it one more time, here it is again.
Blah, 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 super loud. Okay, I'm gonna step outside so you can hear me better. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, give me the dirt.
Okay, I just wanted to tell you, guess who's at the party? It's Jake.
Jake, the net from the library?
Yes, that Jake. Can you believe it?
He's got some nerve showing up after what happened.
Ow. Oh, I gotta go. Okay, I'm sorry. The bugs are eating me alive out here. I gotta go back inside. Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye.
So signing off, this is your host, Benjamin Curley. Thank you for watching Cinematic Sensei. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'll appreciate it, and I can continue bringing you new content.